Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about some of the year's digit method for depreciation. Actually, what is the depreciation? Depreciation is the systematically and rationally allocation of the depreciable base of the asset over its useful life. So what is depreciable base? It's just a quick overview. Depreciable base is always equal to the cost of the asset minus salvage value or residual value. This is what is called depreciable base. And we can use a different method for depreciation. We can use straight line depreciation method. We can use declining method. We can also use sum of years digit method. We can also use units of production method. So here we go. We are going to talk about sum of years digit method. Actually, under this method, we will also get higher depreciation in the earlier years of the asset life, and we will get the lower depreciation charges in the later years of the asset life. Okay, and this method is also one of the accelerated method for depreciation. The sum of the years digit, what you will do each year progress is progressively numbered and then added. Okay, for example, if asset is having a 5 years life, so how you will write progressively? You will write year one plus year two plus year three plus year four plus year five, and then you will make the summation, and this will give you the sum of the years digit. Okay, and this digit we are gonna to use as a denominator in the formula, which I will show you to depreciate the asset. So here, if asset is having a 4 years life, so you will progressively write year one plus year two plus year three plus year four. It will give you the sum of the years digit as 10 years. Okay, this will be the denominator in the formula. So same way, if you have a 3 years, you will write progressively year one plus two plus three. It is going to be a total 6 years. So if you want to calculate the depreciation now by using the sum of years digit method, so what you will do, so you will apply this formula. Okay, so to calculate the depreciation expense in each year, so you will take a cost of asset minus salvage value. Actually, this is called depreciable base. So you are going to use the depreciable base multiply by remaining life of the asset, but at the start of the period. Okay, like for example, if you are sitting in the first year, okay, what you will do at the end of the first year, you will calculate the depreciation. But here, when you use the remaining life of the asset, this life you should count. Okay, at the beginning of the current year. So what I'm saying, for example, if asset is having a 3 years life, year one plus two plus three, total is going to be six. So when you want to calculate the depreciation for year one, so what you will do, you will take depreciable base multiply by remaining life. You will take 3 years divided by sum of the years digit. You will take six, because 3 years you are taking at the beginning of the current year. Like this is the remaining life at the beginning of the current year. Okay, in year two, what you will do, guys, you will apply this formula in year two. You will take again depreciable base. For example, if this is year two, so you need a depreciable base multiply by remaining years at the beginning of year two is two, because total years are three, divided by six, you will get the depreciation expense for year two. Okay, this is how that sum of years digit method will work. Let's have a look more complexities. Okay, so here sometime what will happen, maybe if you are going to, or if you are dealing with the asset with a long life, maybe asset is having a 50 years life or 60 years life, so maybe it is not easy to write numbers progressively and then add it, then we can add. So here what we can do, we can apply a simple and shortcut formula to calculate the sum of the years digit. So what is the formula? So the sum of the years digit, which is S is equal to N. N stand for estimated useful life multiplied by N plus 1 divided by 2. So here we go. For example, I'm assuming estimated useful life is 5 multiplied by N. N is 5 plus 1, which is going to be 6. divided by 2. So if you will solve this one, 5 plus 1, it will give you 6. Multiply by 5, it will give you 30. Divided by 2, it means you will get 15 as a sum of years digit. Okay, 15. So same way you can apply this formula, okay, to save your time. So here we go how the depreciation is we are going to calculate. Let's apply with the help of example. So here we have a fact. Assume that an asset cost is $11,000, has a salvage value of $1,000. It means your depreciable base is going to be 10,000, which is cost minus salvage value, and it has estimated useful life of 4 years. So what is the requirement? So we are required to calculate the amount of taxation expense for each of the 4 years of the asset's useful life. So here we go. The first step, we need to calculate the depreciable base, which is equal to the cost of asset plus salvage value. Cost of asset is 11,000, salvage value is 1,000, so your depreciable base is 10,000. So here now second thing what we need to do, we need to calculate the sum of the years digits. Okay, and there is a 4 years life. So what you will do, you will write year 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So total sum of years digit is 10. Okay, so then what we will do here, now you will calculate the depreciation for the 4 years. So this is the depreciation you will, this is how you will calculate in the first year. So what you will do, you need a depreciable base, which is 10,000 multiplied by remaining life is 4 years. At the beginning of the first year, remaining is 4 divided by 10. So you will get the depreciation of 4,000. In second year, what you will do, remaining life is 3 years divided by 10 multiplied by depreciable base. You will get 3,000 depreciation. In the third year, remaining life is 2 divided by 10 times depreciable base, you will get 2000, and in the year 4 remaining life is 1 year. Okay, at the beginning of the year 4 remaining is 1 year divided by 10 multiplied by depreciable base, you will get depreciation expense. This is how you will get total depreciation. Okay, this is how sum of the years digit method. Please note this sum of the years digit method is rarely tested in CPA exam. Okay, but still you should be aware how it will work. Okay, so here we go. Now we have a other method for the depreciation, which is called units of output method. We are going to talk about. Okay, here what we are going to do, guys, actually here we are going to calculate the depreciation based on actual unit produced. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. Let's have a look the formula first for the depreciation. So here we have a, we will take the cost of asset minus salvage value, this is called depreciable base, divided by estimated units or hours, this is estimated. So this is how you will get rate per unit or per hour. So let me just give you example here. For example, I'm going to buy a car, okay, one car, and I'm planning to use this car for 300,000 kilometers. Okay, and I'm going to apply units of output method. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to depreciate this car based on actual usage. For example, in year one, for example, maybe the car is used for only 20,000 kilometers. So now if I want to calculate the depreciation, what I will do here, so in the first year, first I need to calculate the rate per unit or per kilometer. What I will do, how I can calculate the rate I can calculate this way. We need a depreciable base, which will be equal to cost minus residual value divided by estimated units, and my estimated units are here 300,000 kilometer. So this will give me what, this will give me rate per kilometer. Okay, per kilometer till here. Now once you got a rate, now but in year one actually car is used for 20,000 kilometer. So what I will do, I will take this 20,000 multiply by rate which we have calculated above. Okay, which we have calculated here, this rate we will multiply, automatically you will get the depreciation. This is what the idea we are going to use it here. Okay, so first we need to determine the rate per unit, okay, which is equal to cost minus salvage value divided by estimated units or hours. And after that, what we need to do, we will take rate per unit which you have determined just above, multiply by number of units produced or hours worked. This is how you will get depreciation expense. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look with the help of example. For example, we have Jayhawk company recently acquired a robot to be used in its fully automated factory for purchase price of $850,000. This is the purchase cost. Jayhawk spent another 150,000 installation and testing the robot. This is also capitalized cost. Okay, the company estimated that robot will have 5 years useful life and can be sold at the end of the time for $100,000. This is residual value. Okay, so first you need to calculate the historical cost, which will be equal to purchase price, which is 850,000, plus installation and testing cost, which is 150,000. This is equal to historical cost, which is 1 million. Okay, minus estimated salvage value, which is 100,000. This is how you will get depreciable base, which is 900,000. Now here we have our data, further information. On the date of purchase, Jayhawk anticipate that the robot would produce 8,000 units. This is total estimated production of the product over its 5 years. In actuality, the robot produced the following. This is the actual production of each year. For example, in year one, we have 2,300. In year two, we have 2,000. In year three, we have 1,800. In year four, 1,200. In year five, 7,000. And total is 8,000. Here we go. When if you want to calculate the depreciation now, what you will do here. So in year one, first you will write the years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will write a depreciable base first, which is 900,000, which is equal to cost minus residual value times this depreciable base. We will multiply with the actual production of year one, which is 2,300, divided by total production, which is 8,000. So if I will multiply this fraction with the depreciable base, I will get depreciation expense in the first year. Okay, and then what will happen, uh, then again next year I will apply the same formula. I will take depreciable base, okay, multiply by actual production of year 2 is 2000, divided by total production is 8,000. So you will multiply with the fraction, you will get depreciation. Same way you will do over the 5 years. And of course, the years in which you will have higher production, your depreciation will be more. Like in our example here, you can look at here, our higher production is in year one, so our depreciation is also higher. If your production will be lower, of course your depreciation will be lower. Okay, and now each year, of course, in the income statement, every year what you will do, you will record these depreciation expense as expense in the income statement. And of course, what entry you will pass, you will pass debit depreciation expense. Okay, like debit depreciation expense, and credit the accumulated depreciation. Okay, so if you want to calculate the carrying value, okay, for the balance sheet, like how you will record your asset in the balance sheet, so simply you will write the cost of asset. For example, in my example, it is 1 million in this example. Okay, minus accumulated depreciation. I'm assuming I'm doing the working for year one, so my cumulative depreciation in year one is this one, 258. Okay, 750. So I will get the carrying value, which will be equal to 740 to 50. In second year, what I will do, I will take the, if I'm doing working for year two, carrying value, so I will put the cost same, but my cumulative depreciation will change now, because I have to take the, we have to take that depreciation for 2 years. Year one depreciation is 258, 750. So in year two, what we will do, guys? So we will take the cost of the asset, which was 1 million. Okay, this is year two working. We have a cost which was 1 million, and we will subtract here minus accumulated depreciation. And for the second year cumulative depreciation, you will add these two depreciation expense. So accumulated will be equal to 483,750. So once you will subtract, you will get the carrying value of asset at the end of second year is 516250. So I hope guys it is clear to you. So see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.